Hi guys, today's topic is currying. So function currying in JavaScript. So currying is not a trick. It exists to control when and how two arguments are applied. So in large code bases, this gives us reusability and predictability, composability. So especially in front end and function style JavaScript, how we can occur curried function. So there is two way to occur curried function. First one is using closure, and second one is bind, using bind method. So I hope you know already what is closures and how to apply bind method. So let's dive in practical example. So let's we have one function add, and what this function do is taking three arguments a, b and c, and what it's doing is returning or consoling abc. Now this is normal function, so this function accept all argument at once, just like add 1 2 3, and then this is given 6, and we can also pass other arguments. Now we want to control arguments, how we can pass. So function add and is taking one argument, and what this function is doing is returning new function which is taking another argument b, and what what inside function is doing. So this function returning another function which is taking another argument 6, and we are consoling abc. Now if we call it 2, if we call add 2 and putting let adding 2, and what this will give, this will give another function which take b argument, and what that function will give another function that will take another argument c. So okay, so this is curried function. So curried function transform a function with multiple arguments into a chain of single argument function. So each function call capture its argument via closure, so nothing will execute till final argument arrive. This means you can pause execution, and you can reuse partially applied logic, and you can compose function cleanly. Now we will move to second approach. Let's we have a function multiply is taking three arguments a, b and c, and what is giving, it's consoling multiplication of a and b and c, and okay. Now we call bind method. Let's multiply by 1 and multiplying dot bind, and this is this, and first argument you are passing 1. So this function will return new function, and we can call that function 2 and 3. So this is how we can use bind method for create function. This is how we control arguments. So this is useful in front-end applications during API calls. So we can also use this one. I will explain real world front-end use case of it. We can also write this thing like this: const so A, O, B, C, and this whole thing returning ABC. So this will also same, okay, it multiply by 2. So we can also write create function like this, but I'm telling how this thing will work. You know arrow function very well, so if you know arrow function, then it will be easy for you. So console. Now this is working. Now we will move forward to real front-end use case. So let's comment out all this, and during API fetch, const fetch data, and we have base URL, and this base URL, and after that we have endpoints, and third params, and now we are using fetch method in formatted string URL, and endpoint base URL and endpoint exists. Then we can also give params. So this is how we can use in front end. So this is not one function, so this is 3 nested functions, each taking exactly one argument. Let's rewrite it for clarity. So const fetch data, okay, we can also use const fetch data. Function is taking base URL, and it returning new function which also taking another argument endpoint, and is returning new function which taking next endpoint params, and all these are returning this. So each function return another function, so nothing execute until the last argument is provided. I hope you can understand. So this is Karang, and thanks for watching.